Hello, offloaders. So, welcome to the incomplete guide to ADHD, the Noormalizing Matty series. So, we have our co-host here, Noor.
No, oh, getting better. Welcome.
I gotta confess something. So, the other day, I was getting out of the shower. This is gonna get a bit funny.
Thinking about me coming out of the shower.
Yeah, and I came out and I was brushing my teeth and I was like, Noor. And I literally was like, yeah. I started getting excited. I was so happy, bro. I was like, I think I got it.
It's actually baby steps. We're
Close.
getting there.
It's getting close.
It's actually getting there. So it's just like,
Yeah.
it's like saying moon. You got to keep the
Noor.
moon. Say your moon, but replace that with a R.
Noor. Nah, I think I got worse. Anyways, let's go on to it. So
Hey guys,
we're gonna say the Aussie. I'll say just the Aussie. I'll just say Noor. So Noor, I'll say the Aussie way. So he's got a good new segment to start us off. Firstly, I want to not apologize, but I want to say Noor might have to carry me through this one because we did have our Christmas party for one playground on Saturday and I'm still feeling the ill effects.
you can see it in your eyes.
Yeah. Caitlin from Marrickville, she said it perfectly. So she goes, I have energy to do things, but I just don't want to do them.
I feel like your brain is disconnected from your mouth or something like
That's
that.
what,
your body,
yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like a disconnected neuron somewhere there.
I think that's what I sort of feel like because I went out 2 nights in a row, which is, man.
We're too old for that, bro.
It's, yeah,
after 30,
I know.
you can't do that after 30, bro. Your body's telling you no.
But yeah, so your first segment, man, my brain, this is proving how my brain's not working at the moment. Remind me.
Should make it better. The first segment was about was that about the challenge you mean?
Nah, the ADHD.
So our ADHD is, I forgot I written down.
This is a good. This is a good start. This is a good.
Oh fuck!
No, don't worry. Should we edit it or just leave this in, bro? Just leave this in. It was ADHD habits.
It's fuck. I found that as you said it.
Yeah.
ADHD habits. So
Yes.
something people wouldn't know about. So we're just going to talk about what your a surprise habit, and if you share that habit with us.
Yeah, and I have one. I said to Noor, like, I've had one before you. before you got here, and it was so. Let's say I have a task. So let's say I have it might be wiping off the counter. Like Polly says, can you wipe off the counter? Then she might say, can you vacuum? So what I'll do, instead of wiping the counter fully, I'll wipe half the counter and then I'll go vacuum. So before you came here, I had to set up the equipment and vacuum. So I had the two things. So what do you think I did?
You probably noticed halfway through that I was almost here and then you haven't started doing one of them.
No. That is very probable too, considering
Or
like
you started the whole new task, not doing either one.
Yeah, no, that's very probable as well. But what I did was I vacuumed half the carpet and then I set up and then I vacuumed the other half.
Together, it's a full job. So I think we're going to count that as a tick.
Yeah, but you're on my wavelength.
That's why. For me, that's
why.
normal. I feel like isn't that how we always do things? But we're very wrong.
Yeah,
we're very wrong.
Polly would definitely vacuum.
Be mad at
you. She would definitely vacuum and then set up.
I'm surprised you didn't add
100%.
like 2 or 3 more things in between as well.
Well, I can't. Did I? I think I maybe did. Well, I just did my hair now, so I guess you could add that onto it as well.
Last minute energy.
Yeah. And can I say, mate, how'd you enjoy your first Christmas party?
It was intense. One playground, they know how to go hard. Say that.
Yeah, it was a bit. And
I know how to go hard. So me going, I was like, okay.
Yeah. When I saw you, remember how I came up to you very early and you're near the bar, and I was like, God, no, you are sweating, and you're like, don't, bro.
I'm like a tap for everyone that everyone that ever knows me is like, knows as soon as I start sweating, I could call the hyperhidrosis. My body doesn't know how to regulate its body temperature properly. So I just sweat even as soon as I get hot, over regulates the sweat. So that's why I end up covered in water, even for like the smallest things.
Because have you ever had a corporate job where you wear a suit?
Never. That would not go very well at all.
Because I'll tell you, he was actually Uruguayan, my friend, and he was like not like a big guy, but a bit muscly, but he used to sweat. So his walk, he goes, I have a walk from the train state, like he took the train from Western Sydney and then into the city, and he said my walk is only like 10 minutes from the station to my workplace, and he goes, I take 2 pairs of shirts. He goes, I sweat all the way through.
That's what I would probably be the same if I was. If I was in a suit all day, like I'm in this gym clothes all day, and I change my shirt during the day in between classes. Sometimes.
You said this.
I literally have to. I'll go to hug, say hello to someone covered in sweat. So, but lucky for me, it doesn't smell. So. I would not go. I probably wouldn't leave the house or do this job if I smelled. So to be honest,
yeah. And what about? And then because even you got training as well, so you have to take like 3 shirts to work at least.
Yeah, sometimes I do. I take 2 or 3 just to stay comfortable in between. Because sometimes they get so wet, it's not comfortable anymore, even for myself. And I'm not even that hot. But then I couldn't figure out why I'm like, am I sweating this much? I thought surely I'm not working that hard. But then ever since I've been tracking my like the amount of steps I'm getting in a day with my classes, I'm doing 40 or 50,000 steps a day. So I'm like, it makes sense probably why I'm sweating so much from 4 a.m. to 9 p.m. is because I'm walking in between 40 and 50,000 steps. I'm averaging 36,000 since I started tracking my steps. I'm like, that probably makes sense why I'm sweating so much as well during the day. So it's nice to finally actually know what the hell's going on in my body. So know how many steps I was doing. I did not know that means that's like 30 kilometers of walking or some shit a day. Which is like, yeah, I swear, it's like 36,000.
And I know, so we're not going to talk about dating or anything like that. Yeah. But could I ask one question?
You can. Doesn't mean you might not get an answer.
That's fine. If you've ever been in a situation with a lady, it could be just the first base. Like, are you very conscious of opening a window or like an aircon or anything like that?
Oh, I would always go, make sure aircon was on first.
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, absolutely. Even if it's like your first date, you're like pretty looking. Okay, is there aircon?
Anywhere it is, I'm making sure the aircon. So some people say, "Oh, I'm cold." I'm like, "Fuck." So,
you love that.
I want it to be cold because I like to make sure. Because once I get just even a little bit of anxiety, mostly with a first date or something like that. So let's say you get butterflies, I start sweating.
Because you even get sweaty palms normally, but if you're a sweaty person, that must be pretty tough.
Exactly. So aircon is always on. Literally. So you'll notice with me, everyone's always cold. Everyone used to come and go, it's so cold in here. And they'll have a jumper on and I'm sitting there in a singlet.
Oh, yeah.
But, it is what it is.
Okay. And then what? So my ADHD thing is kind of what we've done already. It's like jumping from 2 or 3 different.
I forgot we were even talking about
Man, the last potty was like that as well, but it's it goes well with the name. As I said, I have I got a few guests coming on, like Oleg from Marrickville and a few others that we're going to go in like more the science side of things. So maybe not what we're covering as much. We're kind of more like the guinea pigs.
We're the human side.
We're baseline. Yeah, you're like watching us. So if you're watching the podcast on YouTube or you're on Spotify, you're pretty much watching us in a seal. Case study.
We're the case study.
That's it. Thank you. That's why you're my co-host.
Thank you, bro.
The case study. So, so my thing's jumping from different tasks. Did you have one that you do?
Well, mine is a weird. I've got many, but the one I've noticed lately, and I've seen actually a couple other people talking about it, and I never thought it was an ADHD thing. I thought it was a me thing. But now that I've seen it, it's called the little spoon theory is what I've seen it called. So it's about like eating dessert with a small spoon. For myself, I refuse to eat dessert with a big spoon. And I was like, I thought it was just me being weird, but apparently it's an ADHD thing because the smaller the spoon, the more dopamine hits you're gonna get in that dessert or in your sweets that you like. So it's really interesting because my whole life I've always been very picky about the spoons, which is no one's ever noticed either. Like I just do it myself. I'll always go for that little spoon or a longer spoon for dessert. And yeah, it's in my head. It's apparently like I was saying a doctor talking about it. It's because of the dopamine hit. So you've figured out that you get more of a dopamine hit from doing the smaller amount, even though it's the same thing. You're eating the same amount of food, but you're eating it in smaller bites. So
I think you mentioned this off the last pod after we finished, and I said to you that I always use Aoife spoons.
There you go.
And Polly's like, why? So say I even put sugar in my coffee because they're very small, or like Yeah, anything, yogurt or ice cream, anything. I always use her spoons, and she's like, "Why do you use Eva's spoons? Because it's small."
Exactly. I'm the same. Any sweet, anything it is like with something that I like after dinner or something, it's always a small spoon. I can't. I'll go to eat with the big one. I'm like, it doesn't feel right at all. It's just my mum. Even I'll put my mum like a plate of whatever I have, and I'll give her the little spoon. She goes, "Get me a big spoon." I'm like, what?
Because was there anyone? I don't think I asked you, Noor, but was there anyone else in your family that like has the ADHD, or you suspect?
To be honest, I think we all, literally every single one of us,
There's aspects.
has ADHD. Like ever since I got diagnosed and I learned about it, and obviously you become a little bit of it. You think you'll become a little bit of an expert, like anyone, but my family show massive signs of ADHD. It's crazy. Like even all my nephews and nieces, and I have like 12 nephews and nieces from my sister. Every single one is a little bit like us. Some even more than me. I'm like, definitely runs in the family. Me and my sister, my mum, my dad, Allah yarhamu, same thing. Everyone was a little bit more wired than normal.
Yeah.
Put it simple terms, wired would be a nice way to put it.
Yeah, because I remember you saying, well, that sort of does make sense as well, because you're saying like some of your family has got in trouble, and like for you, you've come good. And it is holiday season, so I did ask if I could ask you this before the pod, but you weren't in prison at Christmas time, but you missed another holiday.
Yeah, so I missed Ramadan, which was in Islam, it's our like important holiday of the year where we fast for a full month. So so that was different, having to spend the full month of not eating as well, away from the family. It's not just they're not eating. Ramadan's a very spiritual time. Like you want to be around the people closest to you that help you out in that time. But surprisingly, actually being in jail in that time, you're actually surrounded by a different type of people, but they're on the same road as you. So there's almost like a whole little another community starting in there at that time that you become close with for the same reason that you did with your family, because you're all doing the same thing, or for the full month as well. So it was tough, but at the same time, I learned a lot about myself. Like I could do things on my own or away from the family, which I didn't think. I thought, maybe this is always only a culture thing, with the family, but sharing it with people that were Muslim from other cultures and doing that together, it was nice. To be honest, it was hard to be away from the family, but it was a different experience. And I feel like I learned a lot out of it, like how to be, like just be me without family around, or you can do this without your family having their eye over you. It's all on me. So it taught me that I have the strength to even fast all of Ramadan, which is not a tough 30 days of fasting all day. You know what I mean?
I don't know how. Especially, I remember when Hazem El Masri from the Doggies used to do it. And man, like training without food and water in the day would have been insane.
You even see like Sunnyville, or last year it was Pereira versus Ankalaev. Ankalaev, when he beat Pereira, it was during Ramadan. So he was fasting the whole time during training and stuff like that. So like, but it builds a strong connection, like with not just spiritual connection with yourself, of how to fight your body, your urges, because like the things you have to stay away from everything. It's not just food and drink. There's a lot more to what people think. It's not supposed to be swearing or ill feeling towards anybody, towards your family. No sexual relations, even with your partner, like with your wife or anything like that. So there's a lot to hold back. There's a lot more than just the eating and drinking. So you learn a lot from it, being away from there.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you, like, I just thought of this now. It sounds like this was happening, but with, like, the inmates in jail, was it quite like everyone was quite supportive of different, like, religions or, let's say, practices? Like, would that happen?
Massive. Everyone tries to be very helpful of each other. No one talks down to anyone. There's a lot of respect in there, because the people in there, you can't mess around like out here. Even have a laugh when someone says, you can't even laugh if someone's talking about religion, you find something stupid. You got to sit there and listen to other cultures, other religions, how they do things. No matter who you are, what culture you come from, going to jail is like, you learn so much no matter where you come from. You come back out with a lot of knowledge that you wouldn't have learned somewhere else.
Is that because of the respect being so high up there?
You have to have that. If you show respect, you're going to get respected back, no matter who you are, even if you're the bottom of the bottom, top, anyone. It's not like that in there. Everyone comes in the same level. You're all on $100 a week. No matter how much money you got outside, you've all got $100 a week.
I don't like how you looked at me for bottom of the bottom. You try to say, what are you trying to say?
You're up here, bro. You gangster. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, man. Nah, that's actually, I feel like that would be quite surprising or pleasantly surprising for a lot of people to hear, because obviously you do hear it's more from movies, like we talked about in your very first episode, like from movies it's like it's separated by race and there's a lot of like fighting, and I'm sure that there is an element like to
There is
that.
an element of that, but there's also like sometimes there's been plenty of like, I still remember when I was there for that 6 months, a good 2-3 people that I would never have expected is, let's say my cellmate would ask me to learn something. They weren't Muslim. They would just wanted to learn. So I didn't try. I just wanted to teach them what I know, where we come from. And they're always surprised because they've never learned, even though it's not to convert them or help them to come to my religion, it's just to teach them what I believe isn't what they think it is. And they're really, really surprised by it. And they always want to learn more, which is great because I feel like it's just opening up a new thing in their mind about how to treat people. Not just about learning. You want to learn about other religions just to understand how life is. It's not what you see on TV. There's a lot more to it. So I feel like any people that do go in there, even if it's white, black, Lebanese, not Lebanese, Aussie, you come back out with a lot more respect for other cultures. A lot more respect for other cultures. That's definitely true. That's definitely there.
So yeah, basically to summarize, you're sort of saying, yeah, because the respect is so high and you must listen to people, it actually over time, did it make you become a better listener?
You have to be. You can't just be. You're not the main character. You know what I mean? So you can't. If you're gonna have that main character energy around that type of people, it's not gonna go well for you. You know what I mean? It's just everyone's trying to be on the same level and just talk about whatever you need to talk about. This guy is probably a millionaire outside, but inside he's having the same trouble as you. So he listens to you. You know what I mean? You go out. So it's nice in ways. Obviously, it's not nice. You're away from your family. But it's like a holiday you don't want to go on. That's the best way to explain it.
No. It's I always like. I think we've said like obviously we don't want it to be always going down that route, but obviously it was a very important part of your life, so it's good to sort of touch on it. Speaking of family, so I asked you a question. Am I normal? So that was about. So when I was younger, because we used to have like my dad's side of the family used to come to Christmas at our house. So we'd have my dad's side is very different to my mum's side. I'll say that.
If you don't mind asking.
So you're hosting me now? Huh? Nah, it's fine. So my dad's side's a lot rougher.
Okay.
Which I'm sure they would fully admit. 100%. Can I give? I'm sure she
Shout
won't
out to his
mind.
dad's side.
I'm gonna give a little story. This will give you a full indication of my dad's side versus my mum's side. So on my dad's side, I'll just say he's one of his relatives. We're at a wedding, right? And she goes up to the DJ because he's playing like I don't want to say Tupac, but it's like hip hop, R&B, like newer stuff. And she's like, "Oh, can you play some oldies, golden oldies, you know?" And then she's come back and, she's drinking a bit and she's saying, yeah, she's drinking a bit. Doubt she listens to the weekly offload, to be completely honest. And then she's drinking a bit. She comes back and then she says to us, she's like, if he doesn't play a golden oldie like soon, I can't remember her phrase of it, but one of them soon, she goes, I'm gonna go on the dance floor, right? And then
I'm so interested in hearing.
Yeah. She's like, I'm gonna hit the dance floor. So you got mostly, I'd say, it is a wedding, so you do have older people there, but I'd say I was around 20, maybe even 18. And then the demographics, there's a lot of like 30 to 40, mostly maybe. There's a few kids as well hanging around, but not many children. Anyway, so she heads out on the dance floor. I think the last thing she said to us was like, I'm going to do that break dancing. I'm going to jump out on there, like, because they're Aussie. They're very Aussie. I'm going to do that break dancing or watch this. So she heads out there and she starts... I don't know if I could give it justice, like describing it, but it's like...
You should show us on camera.
It's like I'd say, I'll try to describe it for Spotify. It's like an older person doing a lunge and then trying to do, if you've watched wrestling, the Booker T spinneroonie. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah, Booker T. So he'd do the like five time, and then he'd start like doing the spinneroonie. So she's... let's say she's doing a spinneroonie, but with minimal mobility. So she ends up doing that. And then my sister is like she turns away and she's like, "Oh my God." And I'm like, what's happened? And I won't say the name. I mean, like I said, very rare that she listens, but I won't exactly say the name, but she's like, insert name, isn't wearing any underwear.
Oh, no way. It's worse than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be something about the day.
No.
I like these culture shocks. This is a culture swap. I'm teaching you about mine.
That's
You're
what,
teaching me about yours.
that was a good. No, I gotta say, like, as I said, because I went out the two nights in a row. Bloody hell, like that's a lot for me. Noor's like definitely carrying me with this structure of this episode. But that was another good idea you had with we want to start like the different cultures as well, like comparing. I mean, Aussies doesn't have that much depth, but like comparing like different cultures, we want to start doing that.
You think that, but then like if you told me something that you probably I don't know about, that's like you think for you it's just what
So
we do.
like
But
my
for me, like that, like even
my
being at weddings
relative
like that,
be breakdancing
your
naked.
relatives, yes, exactly.
Yeah,
See, that
is
doesn't
that-
happen in our side. Worse things happen, but they're just different levels. So it's actually really interesting to hear that story from your side. So it's nice.
Yeah.
We're not the only fucked up ones. It's
No,
good.
they're yeah. So my mum's side's more from I guess you say like Coogee and things like that. My dad's more west.
Yeah.
So that is probably, I don't know if the listeners agree with this, but maybe describes why I am the way I am. But it gives you know what, like I would say, I know we're joking around, but I would say it's given me the gift to speak to anyone.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So, and I think if let's say I had two sides were exactly the same, I suppose that wouldn't exist for me.
Clash,
So,
you know what I mean, now you get a little bit from both, and it molds you into the person you're gonna become. You get a little bit of the good stuff from this side. Good stuff from this side, keep the naked dancing out. So maybe your kid will be in a different, you know what I mean? Like you give them the good values. You can try to keep that bad stuff out and mix it your own style in, I guess. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel like.
The way I could say it is, so at my mum's side, when I'm with my mum's side, that is I'm the loudest there, and then with my dad's side, I'm the quietest. Yeah. That's how much of a difference there is.
You don't even want to get that level up there.
No. It's I
guess that's where you get your ADHD from. I guess from that side.
Yeah, I'd say I'm probably similar to you. There's a lot going on.
I love
on all sides.
I love how he said that.
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
He was trying to explain it, and he's like,
yeah. ADHD might not even be the worst thing going on, but yeah.
Autism, somewhere around there.
Yeah. More.
I'm somewhere on that. What's it called?
Yeah.
What do they call it when you say someone's on the
spectrum?
Yeah,
we'll help you with each other today.
On the spectrum.
We need it.
We're all a little bit on the spectrum.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. But yeah, it's not for this sort of pod, but yeah, maybe a little bit more similar to your things as well. Crime. How would you say?
I feel like they go together well.
Yes.
Mental health and having mental health problems and crime and doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
Go.
And maybe not being. I don't know, man. We might even get philosophical on this one, but maybe not even. It's like what we've talked about: not knowing why you're like the way you are, and not knowing where to get the dopamine hit. So you get it from areas that are not legal or not considered right, perhaps.
It's that adrenaline rush, you know. You get that dopamine hit from doing something that you know is wrong.
Yeah,
it makes you.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like having a shot of coffee or something, you know what I mean? Just go straight after.
Well, you said you're pretty so what? So the caffeine for you, this is a different topic altogether, but the caffeine for you, like you feel good on it?
Calms me.
Really?
Literally, like, so I'm technically self-medicating. They say, you know, if I ask the doctor what they say with the amount of caffeine I have, or I used to use cocaine as my self-medication. So
I remember
I feel like caffeine is a downgrade, so I'm okay with the amount. So I'm drinking like 500 milligrams for breakfast, just to get up and get through the day.
So how much would that be in terms of?
Well, my pre-workout is 350 or 400 milligrams, so I'll have a shot of that, and then I'll have a like energy drink, which is like 70. But then I usually have two, so it gets to like 2 energy drinks
in the before you
That's just
get
to start
up.
my classes. Because I start my classes at 4:30 and I usually sleep at 2 a.m. because I'm up.
So 2 energy drinks
And the shot of pre-workout for breakfast.
Jesus Christ, man. I would be.
It used to be
Yeah.
half a ball of cocaine for breakfast. So that's a big change.
I actually did see, do you know, it's funny you're saying this on Instagram today. I saw Jordan Belford,
the guy
like
from
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
He said that he pumps 5. It's not, he pumps 5 of the no sugar Red Bulls.
There you go.
And he said, he's like, well, the way I see it, it's probably not the best thing in the world, but it's better than having cocaine. And he goes, I'm working like, you know, whatever hour days he still does now. So, and he's like, I'm lawfully, back to the crime thing, he's like lawfully doing it. So it's a bit tougher.
He's absolutely right though. He's the meaning of ADHD if you go watch that movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And you see what it does.
That's very
He's
fair.
loving, even watching him, he's definitely got that ADHD.
Maybe that's perhaps like you make a good point, man. Maybe that's, I wouldn't say I was like, that's me, but I was a couple things. I was like, yeah, like I kind of, because that was way before being
I feel
diagnosed.
like a lot of people who watch that movie will be like, I feel like they've felt the same thing he was feeling in that movie.
We got to preface at some point because there's some things in there that are really bad, but terrible. But yeah,
I love that movie. Now just thinking about it.
Yeah, it is a very good movie.
I feel like my life was a movie like that. It was fun.
Do you know, I like the scene. I don't want to bore the listeners, but I do like the scene where it's him and his best friend, and he's like, "Oh, what are you drinking?" And he's like, "Oh, non-alcoholic beer." And he's like, "What do you mean non-alcoholic beer?" And he's like, "It's got no alcohol." And he's like, "So you drink enough, you get fucked up off it?" And he's like, "No, there's none in it." So he's like, "What? Why would you drink it?" Yeah,
when
and
he's
he's
on house
like,
arrest at the end.
yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm not drinking at the moment." And he goes, "Oh, do you want to go inside and do some blow then?" And he's like, "I'm not drinking. I'm not doing anything." And he's like, "I love getting fucked up." He's like, "I can't believe it."
True.
Yeah.
Like you see your friends, they still think you're the same person. Oh, no, you
Yeah,
no, bro,
you're different.
chill. I'm not the same man I was before.
But so with the caffeine, you don't get the crash?
To be honest, no. Like I don't think I let myself crash. To be honest, anyway. Like I start work. Well, I usually do sleep at like 2 a.m. and then wake up at 4 a.m. So I only get 2 hours sleep in the night. So because I do my classes from 4:30 in the morning to about.
No, what, bro? Go backwards. You get 2 hours sleep every night.
Yeah, but I do have a nap in the day. So I'll sleep.
How long's your nap?
2-3 hours as well. Maybe 2 hours. So like I get home at 11 a.m. from my classes. So I'll sleep from like 12 till 2. I'll get up about 2:30 and I'll go get ready for my nighttime classes. That's 3 times a week I do that. So 3 times a week I'm only getting 4 hours sleep no matter what in the day. Because I have that 2 hour nap in the afternoon, then I can't sleep properly at night. The next day.
I was gonna say.
So it's like if
cycle.
If I skip the nap, I could probably sleep earlier. But I'm so thrashed after maybe it's crashing from the caffeine.
I was going to say, what if you tried, I know this would be super hard, but what if you tried going off the caffeine? You might sleep well.
I've tried, but then everything else doesn't go quite as well. So
Okay.
I'm cool with my caffeine.
Okay.
I'm cool with my caffeine.
Are we everything else, like dating-wise?
What?
No, I'm joking.
Have some caffeine.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I'm just playing. But so, yeah, because I'm probably the opposite to you, man. I've actually gone down. I don't want to be like one of those, one of the people that don't drink and talk about it a lot, but I've gone down to, I've broken it this week because of the party, but I've gone down to
I was about to say, I'm not drinking.
Nah, I've gone down to 1 decaf a day.
Oh, really?
I have one
decaf as well.
I have 1 decaf and I feel good, man.
Oh, I did buy a decaf coffee last night at Woolies from Coles, so I was like, maybe at night I should try these to help me sleep.
Because I think it's like 3% of a normal drink.
Is there still caffeine?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty. I chat GPT'd that, but I'm pretty sure it's so low. Apparently, like if you got 100%, maybe fact check me on this, guys, but 100% of the sorry, I just thought of something else, but we'll unveil that later in the show. But yeah, it's 3%.
Okay, that's a big ass difference.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Nothing. Then
so I felt really, because Polly had that when she had Eva, because well, you're not meant to have coffee, and also she just said she went off certain things. The smell and everything like that, it's like different. So she was having that, and then she goes, "Oh, I got this." Because I've gone cold turkey on and off with coffee for a year. I'll go off for like 4 weeks and then go back on. And I was like, can't find the right medium. But that is, apart from this week, I've completely ruined it. But that works for me. Like I feel, I like having the hot drink and I feel like I do get some bit of caffeine, but I sleep good. I sleep well.
I don't sleep well. That's the difference.
I sleep well.
I don't sleep well at all. But I feel like...
But there's so many people that are in your thing, man, that
caffeine,
you wouldn't
like,
imagine.
That's the thing I've heard. I thought it was I know it is still a little bit of a problem, but it is less of a problem than people. That's why we all look at it that way. A lot of people have different
It's
problems.
a legal drug. That's what it is.
Pretty much legal and like it's not looked down upon. But it does help you during the day, mostly if you're doing 18-hour shifts sometimes, as I do sometimes from 4 a.m. till 10 p.m. You know what I mean? It does help to get you through the day without. So what do? Some people work hard. You got to do what you got to do.
I love that.
Don't judge me.
I love that, man. So, should we announce? What are you thinking? So, you've come up with a really good challenge for next month. We also have to chat about. Did you want to start that like on the 1st of Jan? Is that something we discuss off the pod potentially? Probably. Might be a bit boring for listeners.
Probably leave it how we done so we can announce it on the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. When we announce it on the next. What do you?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because I do want to. We'll leave it off the pod. We'll just say the challenge and then we'll. Yeah. No. But can I say? Should we announce? Like, obviously, you know the full name of the winner. Yeah, so do you want to do the drum roll again? That was please. Good. And the winner is
Kim Ryan.
Yeah, so congratulations, Kim. So
congrats, Kimmy.
Kim has actually done 2 things for us, and I appreciate that because you're training her later today. So she's left one voicemail for us, and then she's left a second. So she's got a good question from our fans because Kim, thank you for listening. She's like, I love her comments and everything like that and her support as well. And she's given feedback for the show to me as well, which is great. But yeah, so I've said to Kim, because you're the winner, could you, give us a little voice note? So here we go. Ready?
I won the challenge.
She's excited. She loves it. She was like, yes, congratulations.
So there.
I was like, is she saying more? That's it.
That's it. Short and sweet, Kim. I love it.
Kim.
Yeah, I love it.
No wonder you wouldn't show me. I'm like, show me what it is.
No. So I love it, Kim. So she's gone with that. And then she's got a question her question's really good. It's a little bit... As we said with the questions, guys, if you want to do rugby league related, sweet. If you want to do ADHD, sweet. If you want to do really anything. If you want to give us a Am I Normal segment of something you do, that's also. So there's a few different avenues we want to go down as well. But yeah, go. So the new challenge.
All right, guys. The Noormalizing Matty 4-week challenge is live this time. So we changed it up a little bit this time. It's physical and mental, so a little bit of spiritual. So it's 4 different challenges over 4 weeks. So 1 challenge a week. So always keeping it different and trying to do something different throughout the month. So at week 1, it's 1,000 reps. So I'm challenging to do 1,000 reps of any workouts, like we did last month, but this time it's all in a week. So I want you to try and do 1,000 reps of any kind, can be boxing, it can be, well, if not boxing actually, probably, anything but boxing. So any reps of any kind of workout. Week 2 is to do 20 kilometers all up during the week. So in 7 days, it can be a walk, it can be a run, split it up however you like, but 20 kilometers. Week 3 is called Soul Week. So it's to read 10 pages of something that hits your soul. So it could be the Quran, the Bible, or something solid like, Art of War, maybe Greek philosophy, just something that makes you think. So 10 pages.
I don't want to take away from your challenge or anything, but could that also be even like a mindset? Could you add a mindset one in? Is that all right?
What do you mindset? How?
Like, could that be, because as you said, it's sort of spiritual to the person. So could that be like a self-help one?
So there's 2 parts to that one.
Okay.
So there's and do 3 good deeds. Do 3 good deeds. So it could be anything during the week. So that's 2 parts in that one. So
Okay.
to do 3 good deeds in the week and to read 10 pages.
Okay,
That's
cool,
week 3
cool,
Soul
cool.
Week. Is that what you meant?
Yes, yeah.
okay.
No, not the good. I just with the as you're saying with the books, if it's like anything self-help.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
self-help.
Self-help, mental.
Yeah.
It could be anything that just hits your soul, makes you
That's
think.
it.
So it's
Yeah.
something, that's why I'm calling it Soul Week, just something that, in your heart, soul, something that makes you feel something.
Yeah, I didn't want to hijack it. I just thought if that's if
better to explain it the right way.
Self-help. Yeah, cool.
absolutely. So
All right.
that's the 2 page, that one. And week 4 is to do one thing hard you avoid 3 times. So choose one thing, and it can be anything, maybe training alone or going to the gym alone. It can be you're going to a shopping center. Maybe people get anxiety from going to a shopping center. Anything really, like everyone obviously got things they avoid during the week. And yeah, just choose one thing, do it 3 times. It's more of a, I want you to connect. So we're not asking for every day for you to do something big, but I just want you to write it down, a little bit of proof at the end of every Sunday that you've done it. So just a message from us, a message every DM us on Sunday, showing us a picture or anything that's just to keep us knowing that you've done that. And yeah, I feel like, also, sorry, there's a good prize this time. So we've stepped up the prize. We've got 3 prizes for you guys.
Not that Emmanuel's massage wasn't good.
We've added to it. We've added to it.
Yeah.
So now we have 3 prizes.
Yeah.
So first prize is the massage from Fit Living.
Fit Living,
Fit
yeah,
Living.
yeah.
Shout out to Fit Living.
Yeah.
2 free boxing lessons with myself and a supplement starter pack. So you get a protein, BCAAs, pre-workout. It's a little pack, things like that. So I know it's a hard challenge. I've made it tough for a reason, but yeah, so we get things to come out of it. So just to join, just DM us, I'm in, and yeah, let's get it.
Mate, bro, thank you so much because that's an amazing challenge I think that you've come up with, yeah. And that was all Noor, so he stayed up. Looks like you're staying up every night till 2, man. That's insane.
It's nothing not normal. I stayed up till like 3 a.m. trying to make it interesting as hell and make it tough, but no, I feel like it'd be worth it if you get through them 4 weeks. A little bit of everything to stimulate the mind, stimulate the body, stimulate the soul. I think that's the best way to put it. Is to stimulate a little bit of everything in your body throughout that 4 weeks, and just keep you going. So something different every week, and we'll present the winner next month.
And then also I wanted to mention that I want to sort of tie it in with the podcast as well, but we're gonna Shane from Maryland and myself are gonna start a run club for Maryland.
Awesome.
The gym. So if we can get those people on board with the challenge and vice versa, and connect with the community. I've also been DM'd by. I'll just get them up right now, just so I don't want to misquote them. But then Nations Maryland. So we're going to be doing a little bit of stuff with the podcast with them as well. So the more we can get into the community, I think the better. Awesome. And obviously you jumping on board has helped like massively as well. But
Thank you.
yeah, it was amazing. you stayed up. Yeah, so you stayed up late.
Used to it. It's all right.
Yeah. And then what? Because obviously we had the Christmas party last weekend. What would this weekend be more of a rest?
I didn't even get a
would you say?
haircut this week. That's how you know I'm not doing nothing. So usually
And
I get
you
a haircut
said you
every
feel
week.
ugly.
Yeah, so I've noted myself, if I want to stop myself from doing anything on the weekend, just don't get a haircut. And
Yeah.
then I don't want to leave my house. For other people, getting a haircut every 2 weeks is probably not a bad thing, but for me, it's every week. I don't know, it's just become a life habit of the every week haircuts. Not even that bad. Some people look at me and be like, bro, does your hair even grow?
I want to, I think I'm going to get on board with your...
I will take you to my barber too, bro. You come back looking schmick.
Yeah. And what about, because this comes out a bit closer to Christmas, Noor, and I was talking about like, I was saying to you like shit presents as well. So what, on my next episode with Luana, we also speak about how, so when you're a kid, like certain presents, like a Lynx, like a, anything, socks, you open up and you're like, oh, this is terrible. But what for you is I feel like you'd be a giver. Let's go with that first. Are you, this is with presents, are you a giver or a receiver?
A little bit of both. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. What would you say?
I'm definitely a receiver with that, with presents and stuff. So
You'd rather receive. I would say me too. I thought you'd be more okay.
I feel like I share how I feel towards someone in a different way. Some people share it with, like, that's how they feel like they share their love or towards someone else is by gifts. Mine isn't like that. So just everyone's different. But when someone gives me gifts, it means a lot to me. Because I feel like, because I don't think like that, of going out of my way to get a physical gift for someone, that when someone goes out of their way to get me a physical gift, even if it's shit, I act as excited as I possibly can be, because I feel like for someone to think about me out of, and just get it for me, it's a big deal for me. So I like it, even if it's something small.
Man, bro, you actually just reminded me of something that I think would relate to a lot of people. And I find getting a gift and having to react in front of people so awkward.
Yeah, you have to learn how to fake it properly.
Oh, you're pretty good at it?
Yeah, like even when it's shit, you gotta. I don't act appreciative. I am appreciative, so that's the thing. Even if it's a shit gift, I don't think about the gift. Even if the gift isn't what I wanted, it's more the act.
But even if I like it, it's like that sort of when you get the gift and it's that sort of.
Like,
what do you do? So,
like, oh, hey, thanks.
yeah, what do you do? So, say I like it, right? Do you go, oh my God, like, oh, thank you so much. I really love it. Or do you just say, oh, like, I think I do.
What do you do?
This is going to throw me off. Like, I'm throwing myself off the bus, and so many people are going to remember
wait,
this.
is that me?
Yeah, no, what I say, I shouldn't really. And a lot of times I do genuinely mean it. Not just saying that, but a lot of times I say, oh, I needed that.
That's a fake one. That's a good one too.
It's not fake.
I needed that. They got you like a pair of undies. Oh my God, I don't have any undies.
No, I do say that a lot. That's probably my go-to. Oh, I actually needed that.
Yeah, I actually needed that.
That's my go-to. Because even if I like the gift, I just find it awkward.
I feel like I've come up with the perfect reaction. So like no matter if it's shit or it's good, it's the same reaction.
Okay.
Keep that same reaction. I feel like it works on everyone.
Yeah, because Kim has an excellent question for us as well. So I'm gonna segue into that by saying that my lovely wife Polly has actually got me a good gift, and this isn't an act because she is gonna listen to this. So she got me. It's like a season ticket, right, for the Eels games, but because it was Black Friday, how much do you think every game for to sit in the stadium for an Eels ticket, every single game?
Great.
I'll tell you how much it was. It was Black Friday, $180 for all year.
Well, home games at Para.
Home games at Para. Yeah.
Parramatta Eels.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
It is.
Not bad, Parramatta. You didn't hear me say that about Para, but that was actually...
No.
Doggies, come on, man. What are you doing?
When I saw her, I actually was like, oh, what the hell? And I think then I mentioned to her, and so she got it for me.
That's an awesome present.
Yeah.
Shout out, Polly.
Yeah. And I was telling my mate Chris, who's a Cronulla fan, and when I told him, he was like, that's insane. Like that, really, that really price. It is like I'll say it's general admission, but CommBank, if you've been there, you can sit anywhere really. And
are you paying $50? Oh, if you're buying a good ticket for one game, it's $50 usually. So that's a freaking good deal, bro.
Yeah.
It's like $10 a ticket, not even less. Half the games at Para, 13 games at
It would be, I think we worked it out. Yeah, it's something like $14 or something
that's
like
insane,
that.
Right?
Yeah, really good. And then let's just say, I'm not admitting this on the podcast, but let's just say there was maybe a Thursday night game. I might accidentally sit in another seat,
well,
if that makes sense.
Did I end up in the wrong spot?
Yeah. Did I end up in the members section?
I need to move. Oh, no.
Yeah.
How did I end up here?
How did I end up in the box with Ryle?
Who put me here?
Yeah.
Tell him, take him off.
Yeah. How did I end up in a strip club with Ryle? No. So, yeah. So, leading into that, Kim has given us a question. So, thank you, Kim, because I didn't give you much you notice because, she's a big fan of the show. And I said, oh, could you be, the next one to voice note? And obviously, she's won the competition and everything like that. And her question is this. All right, let's try to get it on there, guys. I'll turn my thing all the way up.
True die-hard footy fan.
One more time.
What constitutes a true die-hard footy fan?
So what constitutes a die-hard footy fan?
That's a good question, actually. I think it's someone that gets offended when someone else talks down on the team. So if me and you both support the Doggies and you talk shit about the Doggies, cool. But because you go for para, you're not allowed to talk shit about them. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you don't support your team to that, like if you don't actually get upset when someone else is talking shit about your team, even though it's true, then beep, beep, back at you.
The light rail.
Yeah. I feel like that was a big indicator of your die-hardness for your club. It's like someone talking about your child, for example. You get upset just the same way you would if you heard them talking down on them.
I'm gonna disagree with you there.
Like
Yeah, I'm gonna
your take.
disagree. So I think when I was younger, so my parents, right, they're still to this day, like we'll say, they're in their 70s and they'll still to this day say that Parramatta gets all the bad calls. They literally believe that there's like some sort of like NRL conspiracy that we get all the we always cop the bad calls and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I was very defensive when I was young, and now I'm not really, but I'm not discouraging
Do you live by that too?
No.
Bad call Parramatta.
I would have to, like, maybe my mate, Chris and Zarko would have to fact check me on this, but the last time, I can't even remember a game last year where I was annoyed at a referee decision. Because my thinking...
Parramatta all right last year for this, what you thought you were going to do.
Oh, we were getting pumped at the start, but we came good.
For the team they had, like, they done pretty well, sorry about the language. But
you should be sorry. No, it's fine. So, yeah, I think... I sort of grew out of that phase of defense. I used to be very defensive of the Eels, like if anyone said anything. But I'll say...
I guess you kind of had to get used to it from 30 years
of not winning. It's longer.
You kind of had to work on it.
Yeah, to work on it's longer. I think 40. I think it's
87 or something. 86.
I think it might be 50 this year, no? Isn't that 50 years?
40s.
Is it 40?
It was 86.
Oh, yeah.
88 even.
No, it was 86. 80. So isn't it 50 years this year?
Isn't that 40? 86, 96, 2006, 2016.
You forgot about
26, 40.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, right.
That's anyways, how I do my math.
Yeah.
My fingers.
So, yeah, I've had to defend it. But I'll say, I'll keep your answer 100%. But I will say, and this is like putting a little bit of shit on Dogs Fed sometimes, but I will say sticking with your team when they're on the bottom. Like I would say, I fully get it's hard to be like, I'm pretty autistic for rugby league. Like I love it. The only time that was hard was when I lost the money that I really like. How could I describe it? Watching rugby league was like looking at an ex's profile photo. That's the way I was like, I had curiosity for the games, but I'll start watching it and I'll get the shits because I knew how much money I'd lost. So that was my only time when I was really like bitter because I was like, if I never followed rugby league, then I never would have lost 175 grand. That was like my thing, excuses.
Just trying to find an excuse to make you feel better about your losses, I guess.
Literally, it was, yeah. And an addiction. So, but then, as we say, probably was from the ADHD, not having dopamine, having a shit job, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, mate, that's for another episode. But, and I've talked about that heaps. But yeah, so that was the only time when I was a bit bitter. But I think it's like following your team. It's harder to go to every home game, and I get when they're on top and when they're making the 8, it's a lot easier to follow footy. But I got to say, my mate Billy, who's a Dogs fan, man, every time his go-to is, I'm not really into footy at the moment. Every time Dogs are not doing well, he's like, the footy's not really that good at the moment.
When they were coming first last year, what did he say?
He loved it. I saw him at the first game, the Eels Dogs, and I go, when's the last game you went to? And he was like, he's like, I think 2008, and I was like, damn. He has had 3 children
he
since. So.
He milked that.
Yeah.
I support you, brother. Don't worry. As long as you go for the luggies.
No, he has had 3 kids since, but I think that's my.
I'm not gonna. I think I went to one game during that bad stretch of like, what was it, from 2016 to 2022. I think I only went to like 1 or 2 games.
So you're bloody Dogs fans, man. You're proving my point.
I was supporting them
from home. Not giving them any money.
I did give them money. I bought their jerseys still.
All right. So you gave.
I supported them. in a different way. Yeah.
So because they're losers, you didn't want to see them in person.
Yeah, but like even now, I still don't like going to games anymore.
It's
I'd rather
not
watch it
your
on TV.
thing.
When I was young, when I was a kid, I loved going to games. But I don't like. I feel like as I got anxiety, as I got older, being around 30, 40, 50,000 people gets a bit tougher going as you get older. So I love to watch it at home on the TV.
But was that, not that everything's linked back to this, but was that like, do you think due to like the coke and things like that,
I don't know. Maybe because I feel like it was going to the games used to be like a dopamine hit because we used to go 20 or 30 of us, all the boys would go together. You know, you're young, between 15 and like 18 years old. We went every single week. You know what I mean? But it was more like, again, we're probably just all of us were probably doing the same thing, chasing dopamine. You know, you go there, have some fun, you're screaming. We've got the drums at the Doggies game.
Bash
We're all
someone.
Lebanese. We had some fights.
I'm
Like
joking.
it would happen. You'd get into a fight
Yeah.
there, stuff like that. You'd go home, you had a story to tell. So we used to love going to the games for that reason. So I guess as I got older and I became more of a normal human being, and I noticed the things going on around me, and then people look like me doing the same thing. I was like, I don't want to be around that no more. So yeah, I feel like watching it at home is just 10 times better anyway.
So what about even, let's say, because when I was telling my client about our Christmas party, and I thought there'd be more, like considering the new clubs, but was there like 290? I don't know if you heard how many people there were, but what did you feel like going into that like sort of environment?
Oh, I didn't know. It was hard for me for the first like 2 hours. There.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even when you see me, and I was in a corner, still adjusting to the people. I don't know anyone there. Like I knew the Maryland's crew, but I was there a bit earlier, so no one was there yet. So yeah, the only person I knew was like Marcus. So I literally didn't know anyone there really. So yeah, it was very uncomfortable for the first 2 hours. For me, that's how I am. Just when I go into a new environment. So yeah, that Christmas party was first few hours. It's just like it's like adjustment time, sweating in the corner.
That would surprise. I'm pretty sure that would surprise your people who do your classes. I'm 100% sure that would.
Yeah,
so
like,
it took you around like 2 hours to feel comfortable.
And then by that time it was like 9 o'clock and it finished at 10. So by the time I got comfortable, it was time to go home. So yeah, for me, that's just most places I go. There's new people. It's always like that. Even like when I first started working at Wayne Playground, my first few days of doing the classes, or anywhere, any classes that I do, first few days I'm always a bit
surprising.
As I start to open up, I guess, around people, same thing. You know, I guess less shy, and I forget about that thing. But yeah, there's always a stepping stone, I guess, to any new thing I do, even if it's something that you think I might be good at. But in my head, I guess I know how to show like I'm in control when sometimes you're not. But yeah. So.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't what you're saying is super common. Like if I asked my clients or we polled the listeners or we did whatever, you know, you did a poll on Instagram, like that would be so common. But I wouldn't think, and I didn't know that when I saw you on the night or anything like that.
Yeah, so it was actually it was a bit of like everyone's like, are you okay? Like because I just wasn't out there, but it's just how when I'm around new people that I don't know really, I don't know. I like to suss out what's going on around me, the vibe of the room, where I feel like I'd fit in well. So it takes a few hours sometimes just to start feeling good, and then yeah. So that was that.
This, I mean, like this would lead on to a whole other podcast as well, but we can talk about it just like to end off. It was. I love the party. Like a couple of the guys were saying they thought like that was up there with some of the best ones, and if the venue was great, everyone was in a good mood. Like there was no, how can I say this, negative interactions. The only one thing I was a little bit disappointed, and I don't know whether this is the company growing or this is, I'm going to sound old, but a young people thing, but there wasn't much mixing with the clubs.
Yeah, I feel like every club had their own little
crew.
Yeah, every club, definitely, you know what I mean? I definitely noticed that.
Which normally we're accused of that, or well, not we, because I'm not in the team anymore, but Marrickville is accused of that to a certain degree because it's such a close team. But I thought, and it has been going down that way like probably the year before too, but I thought adding the 3 on, you would more have what we used to have at the very start with the parties. It was like when I met Tom Merriman from Newtown, we were in the line for getting drinks and I was like, oh, hey, bro, like, where do you work? And he was like, oh, Newtown. And then me and him drank for the whole night, like together. And because he's Irish, he could drink back then. I did see Tom and I think I probably said a lot of things that night, but I said something along those lines of things. But yeah, that was my only disappointment with the party.
Maybe it was people that were thinking just like us as well. Like they wanted to be comfortable. Like I said, because I didn't know anyone, that's why I was a bit uncomfortable. So I had to stand with the people that I felt comfortable with. And I guess maybe everyone has that kind of same feeling as well. They want that comfort of being around normal. Like there's a bunch of people you don't know around you. But if you hang around with something that you're used to, like let's say there's a group of people you all know each other, let's say each gym, it would make you feel a lot more comfortable than just, messing when there's 3 new gyms. I feel like that could have been part of it. But yeah.
But I'll say that I think that's worse. And I don't know if this is like a combination of social media, COVID, age thing. I think that's worse now. Honestly.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely happens a lot more now. Like before, back even you go out, people were nicer. People would just want to like talk to. If you like Sydney has become a lot like that though. I think everyone's very uptight because there's so much things going around. Like if you go to Melbourne or Queensland, the people there are just more chill because their life isn't as fast paced as here. Anyone that comes and lives in Sydney is like they say everyone's like no word to use. But everyone's like very stuck up here. We don't notice it. Even like me and you we get along like like anything. But if we went like to Queensland, they'll say you're a bit stuck up. Even just the way we talk, they're very, very laid back. The people that from different other states. Sydney's so uptight because it's so high energy. Everything happening always. You never.
But I'm gonna say I don't know if it is like I guess the when it's a bigger city, you do have like more loneliness or whatever. But it's funny you say that because let's say London is more fast paced on the street. Definitely, mate. If you want to talk about cold, being in London, I was like, hey, I'm Aussie, and like you can tell people like fuck off. But if you go in a pub, everyone talks to everyone. Like older generations, like.
But that's what alcohol does. It makes people loosen up a little bit.
But then it didn't.
You're right. Yeah, that was the party. I was thinking, you're right. Alcohol was there. You're right.
Yeah.
Actually.
So what we gotta? I think we need we might need a full episode to
break
come up with this, break it down.
Find the reason why.
That might be one of the other. Maybe if we, as I said, because Oleg's gonna be a bit more scientific, or we get someone on, and then I'll like. Do that potty and then come back to you and say, what do you think about this to yourself?
Yeah,
maybe
could I
start
from the scientific side? That would be
what do you think of that? Yeah,
like get our opinion on it, and then the scientific opinion, and then see how we think. Are we thinking the right way, or are we way off? You know what I mean? It could be interesting. It could be right. We could be right. We could be way off as well. So it'd be interesting to learn what it would actually be about. So that's really cool.
Because I think I was saying to Noor before the potty, like with this one. And I thank him so much for carrying me with the run sheet like today. And I want to get like more of Noor's ideas and stuff. But I was saying too, podcasts are funny. Like sometimes they just mold like this. We're just having a general conversation, and it's sort of coming out that might be a good idea. That I'll get like the scientific. I'll maybe respond like in the moment of the pod, and then I'll come back to you and say I responded like this, and I said my experience, and then you give like your life experience.
Compare opinions from like different walks of life or different thoughts of life, really, even like that. So I think that's a really good idea. That's
and then, mate, before you go or before you finish off, like, what's the reaction been since you've been like coming on the pod, like for the monthly show? I've had very good interactions about yourself coming on, but how have you found it?
It was a bit of a shock. I didn't think I'd actually like people would want to watch more of me or see more about our pod or asking when is our next pod. Then it's exciting that like we're connecting, even if it's 1 or 2 people or 3 people. Like even if it's no one, like one person just. They have that feeling of wanting to watch more of us because we might be helping them out with something. It's a nice feeling. So hearing it from more than one person, I've heard it from a couple of people now. I hope they're not lying. So it's just though it is very nice to see. So I just didn't think I was just doing this because we felt right together. Right. So yeah, to get a good return from outside, it's very, very nice. Like from the family and everyone like that. Like they didn't know. I don't really open up to anyone. So me opening up to you on the show. It's actually opened up a lot of doors for me in other ways as well. Like even with my family, some of the things I've said on this show, my family didn't know.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't talk about this to anyone. Like even my jail story, for example, that 6 months, everything that happened, I've never spoken to my family about any of the things that happened inside. No one. Just said it was bad. Like it is what it is.
Wow.
I've tried to forget about it, never talk about it, never talk about the stories like it never happened. So even like that time of my life when I was off the rails for 2-3 years, I would just put it past me. I just don't talk about it. People ask me, I don't talk about it at all. So that's why it was hard for me to come on the first time, yeah. Like when you asked me ages ago and I kept saying no, is because I was shy because I didn't think, I don't know if I'd get judged by the reaction of, no one knew I had gone to jail, for example, or I had done anything in that life, you know. So yeah, it's more about it was nice to get that reaction from finally opening up for the first time.
Man, I actually feel really honoured.
No,
I don't want to
honestly,
say
man.
choked up, but I feel honoured.
Honestly,
Wow.
no one had, so all them things, and even that's nice because then my family watched them and then they've reached out to me, you know, so yeah, it opened up paths, doors even that I didn't think it would. Even like the fact that people know my story now, they want to know more about it, which is I didn't think would happen. I thought it would be such a bad thing to do to talk about because maybe you would look at me different or this person who was watching the first party would be like, oh, he's just one of them. But it is very, very nice the return I got out of it. Made me feel like I've really done something right in my life. So yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I was going to do the ADHD thing and talk about when I was at the podcast awards, someone said something about the potty, but I'd rather let's leave it on that, man. That was great. And thanks for another episode.
Thank
and
you,
yeah, guys, if you need to, or if you want to give us feedback or anything like that, but yeah, we're unsure of how this one was going to go after the Christmas party, but I loved it. Thanks for coming on again.
Good work, Matty.
And that's the incomplete guide to ADHD.